Welcome to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Let's face it, other than death and taxes, there's one more thing that's inevitable in life: aging. I'm actually personally against it, but I am accepting it. Seriously, though, women get discriminated for many things, and one of them is aging. Ageism is everywhere, especially in our workforce. Today, we're going to discuss the benefits of aging and the connection between your mindset and aging. Ladies, age and aging is a superpower. I'm joined by Helen Hirsh Spence. She's the CEO and founder of Top 60 Over 60, and she's here to change our mindset and how you think. So, Helen, welcome to Empowered. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me, Elizabeth.
So, let's begin. Most people don't see aging in a positive light, but I gather you see it differently. Why is that?
Well, I've come to see it differently. I can honestly say that I didn't see it this way for much of my life because I'd absorbed all these negative messages from marketers and advertising about anti-aging products and how to look and feel younger. And so I was convinced that it was not something that I would look forward to. But the reality is, as I've gotten older, I see the many benefits that age brings. And they're things that we don't talk about regularly, especially not as women.
So, what is it about age that most people don't get?
Well, I think, first of all, because of what I just mentioned about marketing and so on, we all have a fairly negative perception of what it means to age. We tend to think about vulnerability, frailty. We have images that really come from the last century. Things have changed. We've had, medical advances, technology. So much has changed the lifespan and the trajectory of our lives that we now can live healthier and better. And so, that sign, that yield sign that you always see in front of retirement homes, where you have a little old lady and a little old man crossing the street. Those are the kinds of images that have been pervasive. And so naturally, we think about growing older as something that is not positive. But in fact, those are very, I'd say, old-fashioned ideas about aging, quite frankly, because, as I say, we're living much longer lives. We're living them healthier for the most part. We have technology, and we have opportunities with our longer lives to do so many other things. We have essentially a whole new map of life. That adage, learn, earn, retire. It doesn't work in today's world anymore, but we stick to it. It's an old paradigm and we need to shift it. But we haven't had as many role models as we need. And we still have, even though the population is aging and the demographic shift is upwards, with very few babies coming in behind us, so the fertility rates are on a rapid decline, advertisers are still focused on youth. Less than 5% of advertising goes to people who are or directed at people who are over 55. And that's their loss, because we're the ones who have the power, the spending power, the wealth. And this segment of the population is just growing dramatically and really quickly. In fact, by 2030, a fifth of Canada's population will be over the age of 65. And one of the fastest growing segments is over the age of 85. So it's about time that we started recognizing that there's a market out there. It's called the silver economy or the longevity market, but we're not getting into it yet. Businesses and organizations have not tapped into the new realities of what it means to grow older today.
Well, one of my favorite role models is Jane Fonda.
I was going to
She
say, yeah.
is spry. She is full of spunk. She's just full of life. And
Absolutely.
I think she is the perfect role model when it comes to aging. And you're right. You talk about advertisers as well. How many times do you go to the drugstore for Seniors Day But Seniors Day, senior starts at 55. Like we
Right.
have to look at marketing and start calling things something different so that we don't have that stigma of old age attached to who we are, because we all look so much better and brighter now. Don't go away. We'll be right back.